Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about DQ. Actually what this DQ is double-ended queue. Normally you know that Q is a linear data structure having the property of FINFO. In the case of DQ, the deletion and the insertion can take place at both the ends. In general, in the queues, the insertion takes place from one end and deletion takes place in the other end. But in the case of double-ended queue, shortly called DQ, it can happen in both the ends. The end at which the insertion occurs is known as the rear end, whereas the end at which the deletion occurs is the front end. That's it. Equally, we delete the element from the front end and insert the element from the rear end. But in the case of DQ, it's a linear data structure in which the insertion and deletion operations are performed on both the ends. That is the definition of DQ. Let us see the diagram of DQ. This is the queue. Generally, this is the queue, and here we can see insertion and deletion in the front. Likewise, insertion and deletion at the rear end. So this is the representation of double-ended queue. Let us see what are the operations possible in the DQ. Number 1, insert at the front, delete from the end, and then insert at rear and delete from rear. As we just seen, deletion insertion can take place at both the ends. There are a few more operations on this DQs that we are checking whether the DQ is full or the DQ is empty. What is full returns is this function returns a value if the stack is full. Otherwise, it returns a false value. Is empty is the function returns a true value if the stack is empty. Otherwise, actually, when you use the term DQ, it can be used as both the queue as well as the stack. Let us see some applications of DQ. The DQ can be used as a stack and queue. That means stack nature is last in first out and queue nature is first in first out. That means we can use the DQ both as the stack as well as the queue. Therefore, it can be performed both redo and undo operations. Normally, what is redo is repeatedly doing the same task is redo. We use in all the MS Office packages. We apply the Control Z function to redo any operation, and also you have also use the undo operations. So undo operations are done by the Control Z. So these control keys also have the operation to do the redo and the undo operations. Actually, how it is done is the system create the log of the work, that is the history of the work already done before, and if you apply either redo or undo, the last done job will be repeated when you apply redo, and the last job will be removed when we are using the undo operation. For these operations, the DQ is used as a data structure, because as we know that DQ has both the ends, insertion and deletion is possible. This redo and undo are just the repeating the same work or removing the last work. So that is done by the last in first out and the first in first out nature of this DQ, having both the stacks and the queue. It can be used as a palindrome checker, means that if you read the string from both the ends, then the string would be the same. Suppose if you want to apply an algorithm to find whether the given string or a number is a palindrome or not. Actually, what is a palindrome? Yeah, palindrome is a number when it is read from the back is also the same. Example we normally give is the string madam. The string madam, whether we read from left to right or right to left, the word will be the same. Likewise, the Malayalam, the word it reads the same from both the ends. That is called as a palindrome. As we have the DQ nature has both the front and the rear to do both the insertion and deletion operation, we can just insert a string as a q from the front end, and then we can read the same from the rear end. When both are same, it is the palindrome. So it has an easy application of to check whether the given number or a string is a palindrome or not. And the next application is multiprocessor scheduling. In the case of multiprocessor scheduling, there are many processors and many processes will be there. Each processor will be assigned number of processes. So in order to schedule the processes by using any technique like first in first out, or the least recently used, or whatever the technique may be, to apply any methods of scheduling, this DQ helps as a data structure. The DQ operations are listed as below. DQ is the function that creates a new DQ that is empty. It needs no parameters and returns an empty DQ. That means when you give this function DQ, an empty DQ is created in memory. Add front of item adds a new item to the front of the DQ. It needs that item and returns nothing, because we are going to add something. What to be added? Item. So item is the parameter. If you push the item using the add friend function, and it returns nothing because only just add the value to the DQ. Add rare item is the same insertion operation from the rear end. This is the insertion from the front end. Adds a new item to the rear of the DQ. It needs the item and returns nothing. That means returns nothing. That means it has the parameters item to push, want to be pushed as the value, or add at the rear end, and it returns nothing. Remove front removes the front item from the DQ. It needs no parameters and returns the item. The DQ is modified. Actually, this function remove front remove an element from the front of the queue. That means it will return some item. It will return the item which is removed from the front, but it has no parameters to say, because naturally the front element will be removed. You don't need to mention what has to be removed. After the removing of the element from the front side, the DQ is modified. That means the front will be updated to front plus 1. Same way we have remove rear. This function removes the rear item of the DQ from the DQ. It needs no parameters and returns the item. The DQ is modified. So same here, we are removing the value from the front end, and here removing the value from the rear end. When you remove from the rear end or the front end, it removes some item from the front or from the rear from the DQ, but there is no parameters for this function to say what has to be removed, because it always, if you start from the rear end, it will remove the rearmost element, and if you apply this to the front, it will remove the frontmost element. So no need to mention which element has to be removed. As in the stack, we no need to mention, it will always remove the top of the stack. And is empty is the function that tests to see whether the DQ is empty. It needs no parameters and returns a boolean value. Actually, what is boolean value is the value may be true or false. If the DQ is empty, it returns the value as true. If it is not empty, the value false is path. That means the boolean value may have the value as 0 or 1, whether it is false or true. Next is the size, returns the number of items are in the DQ. It needs no parameters and returns an integer, and the size is the number of elements in the DQ. So when you apply this after inserting and deleting the elements either from the rear end or the front end, if you apply this operation size of, it return how many elements are there in the DQ. It needs no parameters and returns an integer. That means it will return the answer as the size of the DQ, may be 100 or 50 or 25, how many elements are there in the DQ, but there is no parameter for this size function. Okay, so that's all the DQ operations that can be performed, and hope it is very simple and easy to follow, and thanks for watching.